you've mentioned observational science. I wonder if you could talk to us about that, because I feel like I've heard and I've read in textbooks, a lot of scientists seem to agree with evolution. So just speak to us about that.
The majority of scientists do believe in evolution. I used to believe in evolution, but I never studied it. I never looked at it. I just assumed it was true because that's what I was told. I just assumed it was true because that's what other scientists were told. But when you look at the data and when you look at the science, you make the tests, you make the measurements, you do not see simple molecules self-assembling into complex molecules, surviving the oppressive forces of time and water and temperature, pushing them back in the opposite direction and becoming more complex. You do not see that. That's not observational. You cannot even repeat it in a laboratory experiment. You can't conduct a laboratory experiment to make these molecules that are the precursors to the precursors to the precursors of living beings.
So you're saying that because we're not able to test it in a lab today, we're not able to see, could a Big Bang occur?
So not so much Big Bang. I'm talking about the chemistry, the molecules. Others can talk about the Big Bang. I'll digress too long. But self-assembly of molecules, they do not self-assemble under the so-called primordial soup conditions. Even if you invent the most imaginably, wonderfully supportive conditions, you will not form living molecules. I'm going to use a really gross example here. I hate cockroaches. I'm going to put a whole bunch of cockroaches, 500 cockroaches in my blender, and I'm going to blend it. And apart from being a very gross thought experiment, what I've just created is a collection of non-living organic molecules. And I'll give it a quick zap with radiation in case there's any bacteria in there that survive, so to kill off the bacteria. But now I've got the most perfect soup, far, far more favorable for living organisms forming than you'll get in a so-called primordial soup. Now I can leave this blender full of yuck cockroaches out in the sun, the right temperature, the right atmosphere, the right conditions, everything perfect. I am not going to form a living molecule. Scientists know that.